Hi, welcome. What I want to talk to you about in this video is something I've thought about doing for a while, and recently in the last couple of days I've actually gone ahead with it. It's basically taking a blood test. Now, originally I was going to be taking a blood test to check my testosterone levels. After seeing Hamza's video regarding testosterone and how it's declining in men, I think something like 2% every year, since like the 1960s or 1970s or something like that. I thought I would go ahead and order one of these blood tests. What I also have done though is, rather than just going for purely checking testosterone, I've gone for a blood test kit that also checks other things as well. So one of the major reasons why, for a long time, good, I don't know, 7-8 years, I've struggled with insomnia. It sort of comes and goes in bouts. I'll go through periods where I can get some sleep and I can get enough rest to get through the day, but then sometimes it comes around where I just really struggle to sleep. And recently it's come back and I'm struggling to sleep, and so I thought, well, okay, one thing I did hear about low testosterone is that one of the symptoms can be insomnia or struggling to sleep. So I thought I'd just like bite the bullet, order a test kit. Now there's several places that I've seen online, after doing a couple of Google searches. Now the one that kept popping up the most, which is purely, from what I can see, just purely for testosterone, and that's the Optimal one. Now, I didn't go for that one. One, because it looks like they don't offer other testing, or they might do actually. But anyway, the main reason why I didn't go for them is that they also provide the medication for testosterone replacement therapy, as well as doing the tests. Now, me being sort of like quite a skeptical kind of person, I sometimes feel, do you want to have a test done from the same people who also offer the treatment? Because technically, I'm not saying they do, I've got no evidence to back this up, so this is just sort of like just my view. If you have these tests done, who's to say that they're not saying, oh yeah, you need testosterone replacement therapy? So, basically just to get the business. So I've decided not to go with Optimal. Optimal might be someone that I might choose in the future based off other tests, but what I've decided to go for is a company called Forth. From what I can see, they don't offer sort of like any forms of like medication or anything like that to deal with any symptoms that might come up from having a blood test. So I feel sort of like they're not in the market to they're more in the market to just be 100% genuine. And I'm not saying Optimal isn't. It's just sort of like my line of thinking. So so I've gone with this Forth. Like I said, I've gone with the testosterone check, but I have also purchased their baseline plus check as well. So looking at it, it says here what gets tested. This is, so basically I've purchased the baseline plus, and then what you can do, which is I think kind of like a good option, is that you can add other tests to the baseline plus. So I've purchased the baseline plus, which tests for 19 health markers. This is your active B12, and apparently B12 has something to do with insomnia, or like if you have a deficiency, it can disrupt your sleep. Your ALT, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. ALB, some alkaline, ALP, corrected calcium, cortisol. Now, cortisol is the stress hormone. So basically, when cortisol comes on both with physical stress and mental stress. So if you're having like a really bad day at work, your body starts producing more cortisol. And even if you're in the gym, if you're putting your body under stress, your body will start to produce cortisol. So even if you're lifting and what have you. So so that's quite an important one, because cortisol can, if you've got too much cortisol in your system, that can disrupt your sleep. Then another one called ferritin, not sure what that is. Gamma GT, globulin, not sure what that is. A hemoglobin test, I'm guessing like blood cells. High density lipoprotein, HDL ratio, your C-reactive protein, your low density elite lipoprotein, your thyroid stimulating hormone. I think, like, again, like if your thyroid's out of whack, that can cause issues with your sleep. Total cholesterol, total protein. That might be an interesting one, because I actually consume quite a bit of protein. Another one, triglycerides, and vitamin D. Again, actually, vitamin D is something that has been linked to poor sleep. I think on Amazon, if you look, if you get sort of like these sort of like sleeping aids, a lot of them will usually have like vitamin D in it as well, and probably like B6 and B12. Like they might throw in some melatonin, which you shouldn't really take melatonin, I don't think, for trying to combat insomnia, because melatonin is what your body should be producing to help you sleep. And I think if you're there popping melatonin, that can probably have a negative effect. So yeah, I've ordered, like I say, I've ordered this baseline plus, but then I have added onto it the testosterone. Okay, so like I said, I've added the testosterone check as well onto the baseline plus, and what gets tested here is the albumin, I think that's how it's pronounced. And it says albumin is a protein made in your liver and is directly associated with both liver function and nutritional health. Albumin also has a key role to play in the transportation of calcium, so is an important health marker for your bone health too. Okay. Then there's the free testosterone, which is calculated. So it says free testosterone is the level of testosterone in your blood which is not bound to both sex hormone binding globulin, SHBG, and albumin, the one that I mentioned before. This is also referred to as a bioavailable testosterone, as it is easily available to be used by the body. Direct measurement of free testosterone can be difficult, therefore calculations are commonly used to estimate levels. Okay, so they're sort of estimating the levels there, so I don't know how accurate that will be. It doesn't seem to mention any sort of like what margin of error there could be involved. Okay, so then it goes on to the third marker that gets tested is the sex hormone binding globulin. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Sex hormone binding globulin, or SHBG, is a protein which transports forms of hormones such as estradiol and testosterone around your body. Once these hormones are attached to SHBG, they become inactive. Your body's availability of these important hormones is therefore influenced by the amount of SHBG within your bloodstream. So okay, the more of this SHBG in your bloodstream, the more testosterone will bind to it, which then leaves less testosterone in your body. Right, so I'm guessing sort of like if you've got a lot of this SHBG in your bloodstream, then chances are you'll probably have a lower free testosterone. Okay, and then the final one is just the testosterone total. Okay, so it says for men, testosterone is a key hormone for men, affecting sexual function, bone and muscle mass, energy, and the brain. Testosterone is stimulated and controlled by luteinizing hormone, which is why testing more than testosterone alone provides you with better insight. Testosterone in men decreases with age, particularly between the ages of 40 and 50. A few months' time, I'll be 42. So yeah, again, it's why I thought this would be something worth doing. So I've got the kit here. That's the kit. I'll have a quick look inside. So essentially this is where I do the test myself. I prick my finger and fill up these little vials here with my blood, and then you've got a bag and a return label and everything to send it back. So what they recommend is to do the test within 3 hours of waking, and without any food or anything like that. And I think they say, particularly for testosterone, they say check it in the morning, like do the test in the morning, because that's when you sort of like your body's naturally higher with testosterone. I'm guessing sort of like while you're asleep, your body's probably producing it, and because you're asleep, I don't know, you may be not using it. You might be using your testosterone when you're walking around and you know your daily activities and stuff like that. So they say test it first thing in the morning, which I will do tomorrow morning. Then I will mail this back to the people. Apparently you get your results within 2 days of the lab receiving your blood. They recommend posting it though between Monday and Thursday. So if I do it tomorrow, I will try and get it posted out tomorrow. Obviously you don't want to be posting it on a Friday, because chances of it getting to the lab sort of like before the weekend is practically zil, and there won't be anyone there probably on the weekend, so it's just going to be sitting around until Monday. So yeah, they recommend posting between Monday and Thursday, which I will do. So what I'll do is another video after I get the results, and we'll see what they have to say. It'll be interesting, because it's kind of strange in some weird way, like because of like my issues with sleeping, with insomnia, and I've like tried like so many things. You know, I've had like pills from the doctor. I mean, I'm currently taking like mirtazapine to help with my sleep, and it did work at first, but it's just slowly sort of like wearing off now. So yeah, like I say, it's weird. I kind of, in some ways, want there to be maybe like some sort of deficiency or something not quite right, which I can go, that might be why I'm not sleeping. I mean, if it all comes back like clean bill of health and everything's honky-dory, then it's sort of like, well, what's affecting me with my sleep? Like, why am I getting this insomnia? So yeah. Anyway, once I have the results, I will be back on here to share them with you. So, okay, thanks for watching.